Okay, everyone, I know I did that like really crazy wave in the beginning. Hey, everyone. Anywho's, welcome to another episode of Tuesday Tea with Mo. I am, oh, here's my tea and my Cascada tableware cup. Today I am sipping on an herbal rose tea blend created and crafted by the Dr. Dapper. He's going to be joining us. I'm really, really excited. You should be excited too because he is quite the quintessential guy, entrepreneur, all that good stuff. And there's lots going on in the world today, so that I'm going to also chat with him about. We're going to spill the tea. We're going to start, and I think he's already here, so let me join him in.
What it do?
Hello.
What it do? What it do?
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. Thank you for joining.
No doubt, no doubt. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, sipping on my Dr. Dapper tea.
That dose of Dapper, you know what
A
I'm talking
dose
about?
of Dapper. I'm sipping on a dose of Dapper tea. You already saw I did my tea review. Opened up the canister and it is like beyond delicious. Beyond delicious. What you sipping on over there?
Just some water. I just got done working out.
You just got finished working out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got some water.
Gotta hydrate.
I love, like, first of all, the packaging is super dope. Love the packaging. And I did I showed all of this in the video, but like the little tea bags are I love these, and they're individualized, and you can see all the little herbs and the dried mango and the dried papaya. It's delicious. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Shout out to DJ Head. DJ Head is the man. He came through.
What's good, DJ?
Anywho, so DJ Head is on 92.3. You listen to the radio?
The radio.
I know. You probably got a fancy car and stuff like that. My son still listens to.
No.
Sirius XM.
No, I don't listen to Sirius. I really just like either I do the Apple Music, Apple Play, or either I do like just.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And you probably got a little playlist going on. Yeah, I still listen. My son, really like my son and he's going to be a rapper. That's what he said. So we're grooming, So he listens to the radio, he listens to the DJs, because I'm like, I hear you want to be a rapper, but you got to know that you got to promote your own stuff, be independent, blah, blah. So I teach him about all of that. So I teach him to listen to the radio so that he knows the DJs that are out, so that when he starts, putting his records out, his music out, you know who to pop off to. So he loves DJ Head, and DJ Head's on 92.3. And yesterday, we were in the parking lot. I take them to this. I was so outside to this parking lot outside just to get some fresh air and stuff, and him to ride his skateboard. And he did a little dance. DJ Head was on the radio, and he did a little dance. And DJ Head he reposted him and did a video, posted his video on his page. So my son, that made his day. So shout out to DJ Head, West Coast.
Shouts
out. Yeah. All right. So listen, wait, besides the tea, before we get into the tea, because you have so many things that you are into that I really want you to be able to share with everyone. But before, do you follow politics at all?
No, I'm not into politics. I'm not into any of that, no.
You're not into any of that. Do you vote?
Don't even bring that up on here.
Okay.
Don't even bring it up. Because I feel like everybody has their lane, so you really got to know your lane. Some people know everything and everything about what's going on in the election, who's next, why you should vote for them, why you should do this. And I feel like my lane is more on the economics and business development and entrepreneurship on the side. So I really only speak on what I really like know about. But one thing I know is that, you know, the president is only a face, you know, so everybody gets all hype about the president and what they're doing wrong. But it's like the president really, you know, ain't the person making these bad decisions that you're really pissed about. You know, it's more so the
Yeah.
families, them that are they're like a puppet. You know, like it's just like having a subsidiary company. You know, that company takes the shit, but the person on the back end that nobody ever knows or ever sees, it kind of investing in that and really making those decisions and make whatever moves they want to make. So it's not my
I'm
lane
here.
to
I'm
like,
here for all of that. I'm here for all of it. I'm here for
yeah,
every word. Like, and I think we're in the same lane as far as that. I was just going to mention that. So Kamala Harris has now been added to the ballot or whatever as vice president and whatever. So it's all good. We can skedaddle. Let's skedaddle because economics actually.
yeah, I'm not the politics person. I'm really not the religious person. I don't talk on religion either. You know,
Okay.
I'm stepping into like more of my like spiritual theme, my meditation, my manifestation, my being mindful, and really just like, you know, having an abundance mindset, and, you know, asking for preparation for whatever's coming, and me starting to really like let go of trying to control everything, and just let that higher power, that source, whatever, just continue to guide me and provide whatever I need. But outside
Love
of
that.
to get into too much religion talk either, because politics and religion uh, is something that, you know, really can cause a lot of tension with people. It can cause a lot of separation and division. It's just like oil and water; it'll never, like, you know, be able to come together. So that's why people kind of keep it out of like business, because that could fuck up a lot of business, you know, relationships, you know, just anything like that. So yeah, I stand just like in the middle and just like, okay, you have your opinion, you have your opinions, cool, perfect, I love you, like, no matter what you like, you know, believe in, who you pray to, who you meditate to, what you know, whatever you do, as long as you live a happy life, and you know, just living your purpose, your passion, whatever you love doing, yeah, as long as whatever you pray to, whoever you talk to allows you to do that, or whatever form of meditation or prayer you do, and if you don't, you know, however you live, as long as you live in a good life, productive life, positive life, I'm here for it.
I love that. And it was the perfect segue into one of my questions. First of all, I don't have a list of questions. I do this pretty organically. So like, you know what I mean? I don't have like darts ready to throw at you. I don't have like a, but that was a perfect segue into my first question is, and we're going to get into the T's too, but like, so talk to us about how do we go, or talk to us about going from or preparing to go from broke to blessed.
Going from broke to blessed, broke is a mindset. So I feel like if you know, or poor is a mindset. You know, so if you think you're poor, if you think you're broke, you know, your mind will whatever you think, it kind of comes to life. Just like before there was a chair, you know, it was just nobody knew what the fuck a chair looked like, knew how it felt, you know, knew what purpose it was for. But somebody saw that vision in their head, and and then it became a thing. So that shows how powerful whatever you think, it turns into, you know, it actually comes into the three-dimensional world. So whatever, if you think broke, if you know, move broke, if you just say certain things, that thing will manifest into your life. So I think it starts with the way people think and move and operate within life. You know, if you start to live in a life of abundance, which I'm starting to step into because I come from a poor background, so having that poor mentality is something that's really hard to break. But once you can break that and you let go and you live free, and you know that everything will be provided, then you start to see a change. So I think going from broke to blessed is really just knowing how blessed you are in the current situation you're in, because you have everything you need. You're never lacking, because you wouldn't have this moment if you didn't have the previous moments, and you wouldn't have those moments. And to be able to get to this moment if you didn't have everything you needed in those moments. So, you know, all we really have is now, and we have to focus on now, because whatever's in the future, we don't really know. But our mind can really start to think and create things that don't exist for the future, and I'm working on that as well. And then from the past, those are just previous nouns that we're thinking about in the current now that really hold us back, or can, you know, kind of create or mold the current now into what we've already experienced in life, which can be good or bad. You know, if you've experienced a bad experience with in business, and you think, oh, I have bad luck within this, you know, you'll start to manifest bad luck within business. So just really understanding that how blessed you currently are, because if you don't appreciate that, you won't get what's at the next level for you. You know, that could be cars, that could be houses, that could be your bank account, that could be whatever. You know, if you don't appreciate what you have and be grateful for it and ask for preparation for what's coming, you know, then you can't really get the rest of the blessings that's supposed to overflow into your life, because we are all very, very, very blessed, you know, in our own current, you know, situations, whatever that might be.
So say I'm an associate of yours and you see I'm trying to get a business up off the ground. Just say business. I'm just going to throw something out there. So I'm trying to get a business up off the ground, but you know, I have a broken mindset, if you will, that you notice. What type of advice would you give me to even try to like break those type of like generational like curses? Because especially if you know, as adults, we are already kind of like programmed into who we are as we become, as we adults, we're already like basically who we are. And it's, I feel like, and I could be wrong, but it's almost, it's harder to get some change out of adults than it is for younger people. You know what I mean? So how would you help me tackle that?
It's very hard. First, I would take you to places that show abundance. You know, going to Rodeo, seeing how much is like actually out there and how many people actually have it. You know, so if you think like even natural resources, they might tell you, oh, we're lacking in this, we're lacking in that. But in reality, ain't shit lacking. You know, so everything is always provided, you know, so everything is in abundance. So I think me moving to LA was my start of me because my soul knows where I'm supposed to be, so my body just goes there. So well, it's up to me to take my body. So by me coming to LA, I get to experience a more abundant life. Like I get to see, oh, well, people are driving this, or people are going here, people spending this, people eating this. This is how much this costs. Damn, people can buy this. So really being exposed to that, it shows you how more like just possible things are. So if I had a client that had a broken mindset, I would share my story, my journey of like me coming from, because I don't got it all. You know, I would share my small stories of like, oh, was when I moved to LA, and you know that I got through that. You know, so having a negative $2,000 in the bank when you move to LA, and then overcoming that, people can't really deal with that. So you know, being transparent on that end of it versus the end of, oh, look at my bank account, I got a couple racks in the bank, but showing like, yo, my bank was in the negatives. Like I feel like that's more motivational and inspirational to people that are entrepreneurs, and less motivational to people that are entrepreneurs. So that'll do it. By doing that, you get to see, okay, that this person really about their life. Are they really trying to change? Are they really about that grind, that hustle, that resilience? Or are they like just on some bullshit where they think, oh, entrepreneurship is easy. Starting a business is easy. This is like the way to go, you know? So placing yourself in certain places, product placement, sharing certain personal journeys and personal experiences with them. And then really just like you said, when you get older, it's hard. So you have to unlearn so much shit. So, I mean, if they're older, my first thing I tell them, like, tap back into that childlike mentality. You know, what did you enjoy doing? What did you love? What did you care about? You know, before the bills came, kids came, credit came, before the loan, you know, bills came, before the car note came. What did you really love doing? Because back then, you did what the fuck you wanted to do. You lived free. You know, somebody commented on a live that me and Levi were doing the other day. She said, birds don't worry about where their next meal is coming from, and trees don't worry about when they're gonna get watered. So why should we worry? And her name's Alicia, and she's an RN. So she said that because we were talking about that lack mindset and just really just wondering like, okay, when is my next coming? How am I gonna pay this? So really just perspective too. I would help them with perspective, because your perspective can, you know, allow you to grow or allow you to just remain in the same situation you're in. So I feel like my consultations, you know, they're good for information, advice, you know, and just guidance on what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. But it's also good on perspective, because I see life a different way, and then I'm exposed to other things that allow me to see other things in a different way. I bring that back to my clients, and then they're like, damn, I didn't even look at that way. And I was like, I know. And if you look at it this way, you will grow. So I think those things would, you know, allow a person to slowly. It's baby steps too. Shauna always says, baby steps repeated equals giant steps completed. So you got to really take the baby step, and then you'll make it somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, even myself, I'm, you know, learning who you are. So for someone who may be interested, you know, we have people on here that may watch later who may, you know, go to your page and may be interested in getting a consultation with you. Can you share a little bit or however much about your journey and where you came from and how you got to where you are today?
Yeah, so I'm from Helena, Southeast Arkansas. So even to be from Helena, rats, roaches, holes in the walls, and you know, in my
Say it
childhood,
again. What part of Arkansas?
Helena, Southeast Arkansas.
Helena,
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Yeah,
But somebody
exactly.
think of, when I think about Arkansas, I just think country.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely country.
Cause
Not a lot of
country,
opportunity. Yeah, not a lot of opportunity. So even to make it out
yeah.
there and just come to LA and live in LA off your own shit for a whole year, and that's some shit that people really just can't do. You know, it's some shit that's like rare, it's inspirational, it's motivational, but it's not easy, but it's not impossible. So me going through the shit I've been through, those people like, yo, I don't have to go to the streets, I don't have to sell dope, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that. I can really do my own thing, and I can do something positive because that's my gift and I can really make it doing that. But you have to understand it's not easy. So, losing my grandma, losing my dad, losing my mom, going through the debt, acquiring loans because I didn't have shit, going through the losses within business, making the wrong decisions because I didn't know what decisions to make because I don't come from a business background or a business family. So I'm the first like real ass entrepreneur on my mom's side of my family. My dad's side, they're like all older and it's 18 of us all together. But, I'm like the true entrepreneur that's coming out of like the house that I grew up in because I was the only child. So I went through a lot within that. Of course, loss, like I said, a loved one. So me being on my own and having to mature early because I just helped my mom take care of my grandma when I was growing up. So, wiping her butt because she was bedridden and going to school, work back home. So not really being able to go out this and that. So it was, I had to grow up real fast. I didn't have the best upbringing. I grew up in church, but just going through the things I've gone through, and I think anytime I'm talking to somebody that's going through something, or trying to figure out, how to make it through certain things, I always tell them to put their life in the book, live chapter, because understand those chapters and those cycles in your life. Because once you put it into a book, it'll bring it into a better perspective. You'll start to understand why certain things happen to you. When certain things will happen to you, you'll start to put a purpose on everything. Like all my parents died within 3 years of each other, so I'm big on three. So every 3 years, something big is gonna happen to me.
Mm.
Life, and I spoke like, yo, this is what this means. This is what's going to happen. That's very powerful that you spoke that. And whenever you speak something, whenever you think something, you speak it and you write it, it becomes reality. It's real. So because I spoke that, I definitely plan every 3 years in 3 year increments from 2013, 2016, and then 2019, I made that move to LA. So the next 3 years is going to be something else big. So, I mean, I feel like that was a leap of faith. And I said, yo, every fucking 3 years, something positive is going to happen. Nothing negative is going to happen. That's like I live my life in chapters. So I think, whenever you start to live your life in chapters, you start to realize it and just get clarity on a lot of different things. And you start to get aligned with like your life purpose and, your life journey, your soul purpose, your soul journey. And, and it really just shit just falls into place. Like my mom's death, like I was telling people, I tell all people all the time, it's like that was the baton. She was passing it off and that was her life's, like purpose to like actually see me through to leave me with something that could create generational wealth, because when she was like, when she was carrying me, she probably knew like, yo, I'm carrying a king, I'm carrying a visionary. So I have to do everything I can within my like power to see this shit through and give him everything he needs to actually, like build something. So my grandma was there to help through childhood. She died in 2010 because my mom had to work 2 or 3 jobs. My dad, he wasn't in the home because he was like, I was just like, whatever. My stepdad was there, but I saw him all the time, and he died as soon as I got to college, like 2013. And then my mom was the last person. So everybody had passed their baton on to the next person and done their job, done their due diligence. And it was my mom's job to get me through college to where I could be on my own. And then my stepdad said something after he passed. He was like, your mom's dead. You're on your own now. So because my mom invested so much and sacrificed so much, credit cards, debt, this and that, all support, number one support, motivation. Always, I got the Facebook screenshots of every comment she would make on my page. I got every card she sent me in college. So it's really deep to see like all the sacrifices she made and the things I didn't even know about the sacrifices she made, and to just really put it into that kind of like perspective of like, damn, like if she was still alive right now, I probably wouldn't be doing the shit I'm doing. But it's like she had to, like, it was like, I'm done. Like, I'm tired. I've done everything
It
I could. So,
catapulted you to, she served her purpose.
yeah, she served her purpose.
And
And
it
once you,
catapulted, is that what catapulted you to come to LA?
no, I used that same motivation from when she passed away, though, to move to LA. So, I mean, I used that motivation because she died like a few weeks before I graduated college. So I used that
Mm-hmm.
motivation. Hurt, but it was like fire lit under me, too. So I used that to go full time into the business because I didn't have a job, didn't have any job offers. That I was this business that my mom helped me establish, and because of that, I knew people were like, oh, your mom, you got the degree, go get a job, blah blah. But I knew that this degree can't be passed down. My mom helped me build something that's a lot more valuable and a lot more further, and it'll go a lot more further than this fucking degree. So I went full time into the business with nothing. You know, I ain't had shit, no money. I had credit cards, and that's it. And I just went into shit because she helped me start it. She helped pay down the first order of shoes, and I finished that, and which came in late, which set me back even more. But you know, I used that motivation. What would she want me to do? And you know, that was the last thing she saw me doing. She didn't see me working for nobody. She just saw me shoes, 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 shoes. So what the fuck you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do shoes, 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 shoes. So that's the last thing she saw me doing. You know. So that puts me
So
into it.
talk to us about that brand. It was a great segue into that brand. Talk to us about the brand, the shoe brand.
LFLS. Somebody calling you?
Somebody is. Can you see that?
I can hear it.
Oh, you heard it? Okay. Let me make sure.
Yeah.
I thought I put this on silent. Oh no. There we go. Okay. My bad, y'all. Okay. Okay.
But yeah, the
Talk to
shoe
us
company is
about
just
your shoe brand.
the designer dress shoe company. You know, because I like dress shoes. I grew up in church, of course. That was our style, and I really never wanted anything outside of just dress shoes or casual shoes. So, my mom likes shoes a lot, and I used to draw shoes in middle school. One of my teachers told me after I started the company. Dang, it's
You used
crazy.
to draw shoes?
Yeah, back in middle school, I used to draw people.
Wow.
I used to draw people and everything. So it's kind of crazy, like how that childlike mentality, the things you used to do back in the day that you kind of forgot.
Yeah.
Somebody reminds you that you did it, and it all comes full circle. So that's kind of how the
Yeah.
shoe company came out in 2015, and it's allowed me to build my personal brand and just touch people, inspire people, motivate people, shift the culture's image in a way. Because everybody don't got to buy gold tip shoes, like it's just something that's different, So I'm blessed to have it, and wherever it goes from here, that's where it goes. But it's definitely allowed me to build Dr. Dapper up more. And during the quarantine, it's really like helped me realize like, damn, Dr. Dapper is really valuable, and I neglected Dr. because of LFLS shoes. So I gave it so much. But yeah, that's how I started the shoe company, and it's just been going ever since then. It's dope. It's cool. It's a hard industry to get into. Like shoes is very, very hard. It's not easy at all. So I've taken a lot of losses in that shit. But it's definitely built. It builds character. That journey builds character. So I'm grateful for the journey and everything that's to come, and everything that is happening right now. So, but yeah, the shoe
Yeah.
company.
Where did you come up? How did you come up with the name Dr. Dapper?
Because in college, people liked the way I dressed, and they wanted me to like kind of style them. Where they asked me, like I always tell people, look around, and like if you don't know what you want to do, observe what people come to you and ask you for advice on. Your friends typically have something there you can like take and you can monetize. But people would ask me about how to dress, like how casual, dapper, whatever. So I said, oh, they have a problem, so they come to me to fix this. But every time you have a problem with your body or your health, you go to the doctor. And because I was kind of like making them dapper, I was like, oh, they're coming to me to get dapper. So dapper, I'm a doctor of dapper. So it was kind of like that.
I like that. That's dope. That's dope. Have you branded that? Branded that?
Yeah, my face is everywhere. Hey, what you mean if I branded it? My face is everywhere.
That's why I'm asking. I want you to show us. I mean, I know what I've seen, but there's some people on here who are seeing you for the first time. So show the people. Let us know who we talking to. Let them know it's real.
Personal branding is key, man. I coach everybody on personal branding because if I hadn't built Dr. Dapper simultaneously with LFLS shoes during quarantine, I would have nothing, because I would have nothing to fall back on. So I would be like really, really fucked. So very important to, focus on one thing, plant one seed, water it, but lay a foundation for another seed, lay a foundation for other things. Because once you plant, and it happens organically. Like you plant that seed, water, and typically what do plants do? What do trees do? They grow and they grow branches. So those branches are your other passions and things that you really like just kind of dabble in. And of course, Dr. Dapper, my story is so attached to LFLS that people knew me when they knew it. They saw LFLS, they saw me, they saw LFLS. But you have to look at yourself as a walking billboard, as a brand, because you can monetize yourself from just existing. Things that you want to do on a daily basis, like the tea. I just drink tea on the daily. So I was like, why not make my own? So me being the branding expert, the business development guy, the social media strategist, you know, I know how to like just look at something or hear something from somebody else and be like, oh, you should do this, 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 and this, and then you'll end up, you know, creating this brand, or you'll have this opportunity, or you'll go this place. So it's a blessing to be able to, you know, not go to school for business, not go to school for branding or marketing or social
Oh, I
media.
got stuff. There we go. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. I hear you now.
Okay, it cut off for a second. Um, but yeah, you're absolutely right. I also just as an entrepreneur myself, as an artist, like it's super important to also have like multiple streams of income. You know what I mean? Like if you are, I mean, it's a huge risk to step out on faith and become an entrepreneur and work for yourself, and then to, you know, do what you need to do to make sure that you have income while you're working for yourself and creating your own brands or companies or whatever you're doing. Like it's imperative to have multiple streams of income, you know, and which could also include if you have a day job, it's your day job. But, you know, like for me, like I worked a day job, I worked a night job, and then I worked on my stuff as an artist and my other businesses. Like I do that, like I won't even say, you know, throughout that time, it's like 24 hours for me. You know what I mean? Like I don't have like a cutoff time. But what I do love now, I mean, I'm grateful that now I have been um, working as like full time as an entrepreneur for 2 years now. Like I quit my very last like regular, it wasn't a 9 to 5, but my regular job working for someone else 2 years ago. And I was also on public assistance, and you know, but when I knew it was time to take that leap to really go full force. That really was the thing that drives me. I mean, I'm a hustler anyway, but drives me to like hustle that much more because I know what I don't want to go back to. Like, I don't want to go back to work for anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to build my own, and I want to create things and legacies for myself, for my kids. You know what I mean? So it's imperative to have multiple streams of income. And when you were talking about, um, you know, creating the Dr. Dapper throughout the quarantine, that's how Tuesday Tea with Mo, I started this during the quarantine. It's just like, I just needed something, another creative outlet, because like I wasn't, hey, Boo. My sister's joined. She was one of the ones that I talked to Flavor Nay. I was like, listen, I have this idea. I just want to do like a Tuesday thing where I just like call Spill the Tea, but I love drinking tea, and you know, just talk to people just about everyday, regular life things and have real conversations. And I'm never nervous to start anything new. It was just like I didn't know where to start, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna just start. So I just started. You're literally my 11th episode. I've been doing this for 11 weeks now. So, you know, I'm always inspired by the next entrepreneur, the next artist, even you know, someone that's just like, you know, doing what they love. I feel like if you do what you love, it doesn't feel like a job. It doesn't feel like work to you. You know what I mean? But then if you can get some type of income on top of it, then that's a cherry on top of that cake, right?
Yeah, a lot of people, cause me, I mean, I have things that I enjoy doing. Like everything that I do on a daily, I enjoy. But me being the creative or the entrepreneur, or just the startup guy I am, I'll turn something that I just enjoy doing just for the hell of it into make, you know. So it's really sometimes it's hard to just like no, I'm gonna leave that alone. But, you know, through like you said, through building Dr. Dapper up, simultaneously with LFLS, you know, that's why the T came about. That's why the consulting and the coaching. That's why the guides came about. That's why Luxury Moors came about. That's why Illumione came about. That's why all these, because I built up. Um, it's just experience, man. You people think they can. That's my poodle. You pinned it.
Yes, because that's my poop.
People tend to think that you can just jump into some shit and become an expert in this or an expert in that, and they don't realize how much time it actually takes to, you know, get to the point
Yeah.
where like just pivot on a dime, you know, because pivoting ain't that easy. Like people can have like one stream, one source, and then they got to pivot. They like, where the fuck I'm gonna pivot to? So it's really important to have multiple streams, but it's also important to have passive because as an entrepreneur, you don't know when you're gonna get paid. You just wake up every day and you just hustle, you know. So it's really yeah, every day is just different, and you just wake up. You gotta have, and one thing about entrepreneurship is different from like working a 9 to 5. The 9 to 5, you know how much you're getting every 2 weeks. You can budget. You know how much you're getting paid salary,
It's
and you know
consistent.
it's consistent. You know what you're getting, and you can go to work and you can give 100% or you can give 50%, and you still getting 100% of your goddamn check. But in entrepreneurship, if you don't give 110% every fucking day, regardless of if you made money yesterday or you made money last week or you didn't, if you don't give 110%, you're not getting shit. So you
Absolutely.
have to give 110% every fucking day, even on your worst day. But having a job that allows you to have that bad day and just fall back, relax, call out, take a travel day or whatever. But in entrepreneurship, you got to give 110% regardless if you got income coming in, if you don't. But at that job, you guarantee that every 2 weeks, and that's something
That's
that
facts.
that's one thing that holds a lot of people back from actually taking that leap of faith because they're used to that structure. People need somebody to
Yeah.
tell them what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and it's been that same way all the way from school. If you think about school, they tell you when to get up, when to catch the bus, where to catch the bus, what to do in class, what you got to learn, how you got to learn it, how you got to present it, get your grades. You get out of school, a bail dismisses you. Like we got you on this like structured system, and people don't realize that the system has been like that in place since you were a kid all the way until you even in college. They're gonna tell you this is how you got to do it. You're operating this way, so they prepare you to just stay in that same system forever. So you go work for somebody.
But it enhances them. It enhances the system. Does I mean, you know, like it gives you a career, but it like you at the same time, like it's their system.
It
You know what I'm
cripples
saying?
it cripples you, but it of
It
course
cripples it cripples us. It's their system. You know what I mean? It's the same system that helped to create welfare and public housing. It's like you get comfortable, you get complacent. You know what I'm saying? And that's not for everybody who has a 9 to 5, who has a regular job. Some people really love what and they're great at, and they love what they do, and that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And that's no knock to that. We're talking about the ones that like just really just are just going along with the system. You know what I'm saying?
everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur too. You know, the
Absolutely.
world goes around because we have people that really love to work at McDonald's. People really love to work at Walmart. So it's like whatever everybody's life is different. So whatever makes you happy. Don't let society and other people that are entrepreneurs making this amount of money, because it's not about money. It's about happiness at the end of the day. Because you can be making $15 an hour and happy as fuck living in Arkansas because that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's your life. That's your soul. Your soul. But if you let society say, yo, well, you ain't living life in LA, you ain't got a mansion, you ain't got a Maserati, you ain't got a meal in the bank, you be like, damn, I gotta go chase that. And then you start chasing that shit, and then you be miserable that whole journey. And when you get it, you're miserable as fuck, and then you end up shooting yourself in the head while you're sitting in the Maserati you chase because some other nigga was really flexing with it. You like, damn, he look happy as fuck. But you gotta find your happiness where you're at. Like, if you don't find your happiness, you know, within your own life, your own ecosystem, you know, you just that's death. You know, that's death. You know, it's a death sentence. And I feel like a lot of people die early because I always say your soul is your GPS, your body's the vehicle, and the knowledge people like myself and you give them is the fuel to, you know, make it to that destination that their soul is taking them to. And your soul, it could be like this. So your soul is here, your vessel is here, your body's a vessel. Your soul can want to go this way, but you keep dragging your body this way because you think, oh, I want to go over here. This is shiny, this is shiny. And eventually your soul starts to just depart from your vessel. And I think if you don't follow that soul purpose, your soul gets like tired. And it's like, damn, I need to find another vessel because this ain't really working. This ain't it. So you end up dying from whatever cause. But I feel like if you follow that soul purpose, you can't die until you cross that finish line of that sole purpose. Like you won't die at all. That's why people have wrecks and they car smushed the fuck to death and they get out with scratches because you live in your sole purpose. Like you not gonna die. You can't die. I feel like you just can't. So when people say, "Oh, learn how to swim," you can't swim. You gotta. What if you have to know how to swim one day? I'm like, shit. If I died from not knowing how to swim, it was just a day for me to die. Like that's it. Period.
That's facts. It's facts. I think ultimately, just like bringing it back around to what you were saying, it's just like there's always this fine line of dichotomy, right? We need both. We need both. We need entrepreneurs. We need leaders. We need people that work underneath leaders. On the lower totem pole, we need helpers. We need workers. We need, I mean, we need everybody. We need bus drivers. If we didn't have bus drivers, how there wouldn't be public transportation. Like everyone serves their purpose. I think that what you're, to reiterate what you're saying is that fulfill your purpose. Do what makes you happy. And if you do what makes you happy, you can make some income on top of that, then boom, you can reach that.
Yours breaking up bad. Your Wi-Fi on?
Huh?
Is your Wi-Fi on? Yours pixelated real bad.
Mine is pixelated?
Really? I don't know if it is.
I can't
know if it is.
I can't see, like, you're clear and I'm clear on my side. Is it still pixelated?
It's getting better now. Okay, it's getting better now. That's better now.
Okay, don't be trying to come for my Wi-Fi because you got 7-Eleven Wi-Fi over there.
Wow. I was just asking. I'm just saying I don't want it to be like that stuff. I think one another analogy I like to use for life is like puzzles. Whether it's like in your life journey, appreciating the small things that happen because comparing it to puzzle pieces, and then also life as a whole, like we were talking about right now. He said, "No, it was you. Eric was clear." LOL.
He said Eric was clear. I'm looking at my screen. My screen is like super clear. I don't know. Okay, I'll take the 7-Eleven. I'll take the 7-Eleven. I'll take the 7-Eleven Wi-Fi beef. I'll take it.
It's the Android stuff, Brandon. Y'all Android.
Oh.
That's what it is. But
no, you really. Oh wow! Look, my kids love that. My kids go on me all the time about having an Android, but they both have iPhones. It's like, listen, I'm paying for all three of our phones. Y'all have the up-to-date iPhones. I'm with an Android. Listen, don't play. You just came from my Android. They would love. They go. What? Wait till I tell my son. He gonna be like, Mom, I told you you need to get an iPhone.
Yeah. But back to the puzzle piece thing, I feel like everybody is a puzzle piece to the grand scheme of life. So I mean, you just got to figure out what puzzle piece you are, because everybody was born with a purpose and a space to feel in the world that nobody else can feel. And if you don't, you have to really figure out, okay, what is my space to feel? So it's really important to tap into your purpose here. That childlike mentality, man, like it's a beautiful thing to see so many kids that are like 5, 10, shit like that, really stepping into entrepreneurship and really just doing a lot of like dope things because they're really tapped into their like sole purpose. And because of social media, they're just like, yo, I can do anything I want, and they really just do it like as early as possible, and therefore they don't have to unlearn anything. It's like there's no unlearning needed because unlearning is like really hard. It's really, really, really hard. So, and it takes so much time. So it becomes like a whole job, a whole nother task, like every day.
It's a chore. It becomes, I mean, not a chore and like you don't want to do it, but it's a job in itself. Self-work every day, and like, especially after years and years of trying to unlearn years and stuff. Like, what I think about is like, when brothers come home from doing the bid, you know what I mean? Like long years of doing the bid, like they have to literally unlearn and relearn, depending on like how long they were locked up for. And it's like they already come home at a disadvantage, just personally and mentally and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? you know, not to mention coming home and it being rough to try to get a job and stuff, but it just takes a lot of work. You know what I mean? And the freedom that kids have, you know, it's what, you know, what catapults them into being, you know, the Dr. Dappers of the world, the you know, the whoever they want to be in life. But the key is having a nurturing environment, those kids having nurturing environments to be able to nurture and continue to help reinforce what they're and going into their freedom. Because I feel like that's where a lot of our youth get lost, is a lot of our youth don't have, you had your mom, you had your grandmother, a lot of kids don't have that nurturing environment or those people or that person, even if it's just one person behind them, like, go, 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 go. You should do that. You should do that. You know what I'm saying? Then they get lost. They get lost.
I feel like parents have to stop forcing their kids into doing things they couldn't do or they desire to do with their life. Let that shit go. Your child has a purpose as well. And most of the time the child is trying to live in that purpose and trying to do what they love doing, what they want to do. Just like pull them away from that. But you see a lot more growth and a lot more beauty, and a lot more results come from that if you allow that kid and you support them. Because at the end of the day, like, you got to be their number one source of support, man. Like, it's like you birthed that. You don't know who you birthed. You could have birthed Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. You could have birthed anybody. You just don't know. So because of that, you have to, all the way, no matter what they want to do. Give them freedom, but also, like, you're like their guide. Help them make decisions that because you've been through life.
The compass. You're the compass for them.
You're experienced as fuck. So it's like, because you have this experience, your soul is very, like, just knowledgeable of different things of just life. It's up to you to be a guide for that child, for that new soul, like, very corrupt. And some people are like, oh, I don't want to have kids with all this shit going on. Man, you better have your kid. Just like, really, like, I was having a conversation with somebody, and I was like, do you think Beyonce and Jay-Z worried about having a kid, what's going on in the world? Hell no, they got their own world. Like, you have to really not let what's going on in the world affect your own world within your home. Levi always said, don't let society, like, just fuck up what's in your, like, your community. Don't live life based off that. So don't be afraid to have these kids, because at the end of the day, I'm in the crib, how you raising them? You can raise a child in any circumstances, man. I don't care how bad the world gets. We have to stop having kids. We gotta continue to have kids in the right way, push them in the direction of ownership and entrepreneurship and freedom, just freedom to do whatever they want. Because I feel like a lot of people have been in bondage, and just even parents that are older, like, they're just all they know is the system that they went through, and they can clearly just see, like, the freedom good route. How is this gonna be possible? You want to do this? How's you gonna make money doing? You can make money doing any fucking thing in the world. You can make money doing anything, like, because of social media too. Anything. So it's like, it's really important for parents to not put boundaries on their kids, what they were able to do, back however many years ago. So you gotta let your kids be free and understand that possibilities are endless as fuck. They can do anything. Like, later.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I am a single mother of 3 children. My youngest will be 2 at the end of September. My middle son will be 10 in 3 days. And I've been a single mother since my first child. And I've been on public assistance, but I've worked 3 jobs. So I was like, it's work, but it can be done. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you said, like, you can raise kids through any situation, but you as a parent have to be present. You know what I'm saying? Not only present to provide financially, but present for your kids. Like, you have to know your children. You have to know each child is going to be different. Each child has, they have different needs, they have different wants, they have different ideas of how they see themselves. That's what when it comes back to nurturing. Like you have to know your kid and listen. I do a lot of talking to my kids, but I listen to my kids. I may, give them a little side little, but I listen to them. You know what I'm saying? And I have conversations with them, and I also don't. I don't belittle my kids. I don't make them think that they don't have a voice. I allow them to have a voice within means, like there will be no disrespect. Hello, because I was raised by strong black women. So thankfully, I don't have to I don't have to do much. And my kids, all I got to do is give an eye. But you have to listen to your kids, and I just feel like grooming from early on is huge in setting them up for success, just in life in general, not just financially, but just like in life in general.
In life in general, and then even within those situations you're in, it's important to teach them that your current situation isn't your final destination, because a lot of people will let the box that they've been confined in, they'll stay there, and if you can't think outside of that box and see outside of that, you're gonna always remain there. So people's current situation just becomes this is just where it's at, and they just settle. So I mean, as a parent, as whoever, you have to really open their mind to new ways of thinking and new perspectives, and I think that's something really dope. Allows kids to just step into life in a different way, because we enter into a lot of different situations, which can be negative or positive. So I think your perspective on that situation can really allow you to elevate past it or get through it. So I think early on, as early as possible, teaching them the current situation or whatever you're going through.
So I don't know how much longer we have, but before it cuts off, because it normally just gives like 20 seconds, talk to us about the Dose of Dapper tea. For those of you all who just joined or joined a little late, I have a review on my page of Dose of Dapper tea. This is the label, and I also am a huge supporter of Black businesses, so I made sure that I supported this Black king and his business, and well worth it. I'm drinking the Gloria Rose Sweet Rose Garden, and Gloria Rose in particular was named after your mom, correct?
Yeah, I named it after my mom. You read it.
So talk to us how you got to get your tea. Kevin has hope. You got to get your tea. I'm telling you, he has other flavors, but the Gloria Rose is delicious. Really quick before you talk about it, when I opened it, you guys, it smells so good. Literally smells like candy. So good. And I don't have any sweetener in my tea either, so I'm drinking it straight, and it's delicious. It's flavorful. You can see on there it has dry mango, I can taste everything that is in the tea bag. Talk to us about how you came up with this and Gloria Rose and everything.
Yeah, and the sachets you picked up, they're people ask, oh, why is it a luxury tea? That's one piece of why, because the sachet is not you go to Walmart or something, you get the one with the little string on it. This one is it allows the notes within it to expand a lot more, so you really get to see them when you look at it, and you also get to taste it a lot more with the flavors and things like that. So the quality within anything in business, of course, customer service, packaging, quality of whatever that product or service might be. So of course the sachets and everything within that and the ingredients makes it quality. But going back to the packaging, and then also putting a story behind everything, because stories is what really resonates with people. So me having a story side of it, that's just another piece. Oh damn, this is really dope. This is well thought out. It's not just some bullshit. They just oh, I'm gonna make tea, whatever the fuck, and just put it out. It's yo, everything is well thought out. And the small things make the biggest difference. Anytime I'm coaching somebody, we always start with the smallest thing that people really think don't make a difference. We start with your your handle. We start with your profile picture. We start with your bio. We start with the highlights, and then we start with the flow of your page. The consistency of your page. So small things make a difference mentally to you, because you come look at your page, you be like, oh shit, this shit look good. I look like somebody. And then from the outside, somebody else looking in is yo, this is dope. Like, I really fuck with this. It's not too cluttered. It's not too much. So the same thing with the tee too. It's not too cluttered. It's not too much. It's simple. It's straight to the point. Branding is on point. The color scheme is like consistent, black and gold. I think it's very important to understand how important branding is. So that's why I'm happy that I'm a branding expert, because you can't have marketing and business development without branding. You know, you can't have a company without having a, you gotta have a brand, because the brand is where people know you from. Like, when you think about Nike, you think about specific things. They have a brand. When you think about Lululemon, you think about specific things. They have a brand. When you think about Gucci, Fendi, Louis, Prada, when you think about Walmart, you think about specific things. So, you know, whenever you're looking at your business, or whenever I'm looking at somebody else's business, I'm like, okay, bet. What do you want people to know you for? What do you want people to think? How do you want them to feel? What actions do you want them to take when they see your brand? So it's like, I can go on and on. I'm cold with this shit. I on and on and
Come
on and
on,
on.
come on, King. Come on, brother. Come on.
You got to book a one-on-one coaching session, and you got to book a monthly session. Get the
Talk,
rest.
talk to, talk to us. Talk to us. Tell us how we find. How do we find you? How do we get the coaching session? How do we get the consultations? Tell us. Let us know.
The link is in my bio, and then the one thing that's unique about my coaching and my just like life in general.
What's your website?
I'll type it. It's a
Okay,
link
and pin it.
in my bio. It's a link in my bio. So you'll find everything, the tea there, all that. But one thing that's
Yes,
different.
all of his brands are in his bio. All of his brands are in his bio. Link is in the bio. You pinned it.
I can't pin it. You can only pin it. It's your live.
Okay, come on, my live. I just
But
pinned that.
it's yours. Yeah, I can't.
I just pinned that. www.drdapper.com. Make sure y'all go in there. Y'all need to go and get y'all some tea. That's where they can also reach out to you for consultations.
So I mean, the link in my bio has like the different buttons for different things. So sponsor young entrepreneur. I have my private Facebook group, the T. I have consulting. So that's behind the book me button. There's a lot of different buttons there, but everything is in the bio. And I think, yeah, that's everything is there. What can they do to support you? Tell the people what they can do to support you as we.
I mean, right now, you know, if you know of any small Black businesses, you can send them my way. I do a Saturday, small biz Saturdays with Mo, where I provide it's a platform for just Black businesses, and they come on and talk about their products, their services. I do that on Saturdays. It's an IG Live as well. As an entrepreneur, I have it's called the Bungalow Music and Arts Festival. It's basically like a Coachella, but for high school students and like, you know, artists that are coming up, young artists that are coming up. And it's a festival that gives them a platform to perform along with industry professionals. And then I add like a South by Southwest type of deal with it, where I bring in industry professionals to actually come in and do symposiums and talk and all that kind of stuff. So I started that in 2018, and it was supposed to happen again this March. But because of COVID, I didn't do that. So now I'm, you know, just kind of seeing where that trend goes as far as like music festivals and stuff. Because I've been building that on my own for like 4 years now. So, you know, I don't have major brands behind me. I don't have major sponsors. It's like just grit and dirt. So, but in the meantime, you guys can just follow me and we can keep supporting each other.
Tap up there. Follow us.
Tap up. Follow. Make sure y'all go to the Dr. Dapper's website. I'm as real as I'm gonna be. Listen, the tea is delicious. Like I have not gotten paid to say anything. If I did not like the tea, I would say, not my flavor, not mine. I haven't gotten paid to do anything. I literally, and I also was not. That's one thing I want to say. I roll how I roll, but when I reached out to you, I appreciated you not only responding, but I also wanted to show my solidarity by also supporting your business. Like, I wasn't expecting for you to send me a tea or a case of tea or whatever. Like, I also want to support your business, and I'm saying that to everyone. You know, we should support each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes nothing for me. You know, I can look at this. The can was first of all, I love the numbers 2222.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's how much it costs. And I didn't see the price and say $22. Why is this pack of tea 22? I didn't. Nothing about that crossed my mind. I saw you as, first of all, a brother, a Black king. You're an entrepreneur. You opened yourself up to come on my platform, and I also just believe in community service and other people. I thought about a virtual a festival. I thought about that. Thank you, low key. I thought about that. I've been watching the trends on that. But I just, wanted to say, like, we have to continue to support each other. Like, don't expect free handouts. Don't expect for people to just be like, oh, I'm gonna give you something for free, because it's like, no. If we could go spend, $1,200 on a pair of Gucci loafers, why can't I support this brother? You know what I mean? Like, why can't I support a sister that, has her own coloring book or children's book or whatever? I have kids. Like, the young lady last weekend that I spoke to, she just wrote her very first children's book. And I bought 2 books. I bought one for my son, and I bought one for a cousin of mine that has a daughter that's her age. Like, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing. So I'm not tooting my horn. I'm sharing to hopefully just so that we just have to support each other. We just have to support each other. So I want to thank you, Eric, for being willing to come on. We didn't know each other from a can of paint. I said pan of paint. We didn't know each other from a pan of paint. I did it again.
Can of paint. It's okay. I did it again. We didn't know each other from a can of paint. That's what you got to do. We have to support. We have to support.
Oh, my nephew's on here. Ab's on here. My nephew's on here. So, anyways, thank you so much. You were so inspiring to listen to your story. I know, I'm cracking up. You guys make sure you follow the Dr. Dapper. Follow his brands. If you guys have any brands or have anything you want us to support, or you are a small business, tag yourself to my page. It costs nothing. It's nothing to you, to anyone, to tag people or to share or to like, or those are simple things. Those are simple ways that we can support each other. So that's all.
Tag. Hit me up if you got
Leave
questions.
leave us with a gem, Eric. Leave us with a gem or two. Okay, leave us with an entrepreneurial gem.
I'll leave with a gem. Fail like a baby. You ever heard that?
Say it again.
Fail like a baby.
Fail like a baby. I have not heard it, but it makes sense to me. But explain.
Fail like a baby. So whenever you tap back into that childlike mentality, you tap back into fail like a baby. And you have to look at business and entrepreneurship the same way you looked at walking when you were a kid. So when you were born, what we do, we crawl. We start to crawl. And we look around, we like, damn, all y'all really walking. I want to do this too. So you in business, you looking around like, hey, everybody like starting their own business. I really desire to start a business. But you're right here. You start to crawl. And when you start to crawl, you desire to walk. You start to get up. You start to grab things around you. But when that baby gets up and starts to walk, what do? They fall down. And then what do again? They get up, they fall down again. If we knew what failure was and giving up was and disappointment and shit was when we were kids, we wouldn't be walking today. So you need to carry that same energy from when you learn how to walk, and then you learn how to sprint all the way to business. You learn how to walk in business. You take the baby steps. You get up. And the things you grab as a baby, the couch, the table, whatever, those have to be your friends and the people in your circle. When you grab the people around you, be like, yo, I'm falling. Like, I need your help. You gotta have support system around you. So that table, those chairs, those couches with the baby support system, you might have been the baby support system. A walker might have been. And then in business or in life, your friends, your circle, whoever, your family is a support system. So when you start to feel like a baby more often, you'll start to see more success and just resilience in business and stuff. So feel like a baby, y'all.
Feel like a baby. Thank you so much, Eric, the Dr. Dapper. I appreciate your time. Welcome, and continue to inspire everyone and yourself. And we'll be in touch. You're out here, so let's we'll stay in touch. And I'll be getting more tea. You guys make sure you go check out the teas. And thank you for joining Tuesday Tea with Mo. I appreciate it. Bye. Thank you.
Peace.
All right, Eric. Okay. You guys, thank you so much for joining. Whether you came from Eric's page or my page, thank you for joining. Ab, I love you, Nash. So I love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm here every Tuesday Tea with Mo. I also do small biz Saturdays with Mo and self-care Sundays with Mo. That's all on my page. I did a full review of Eric's tea on my page. You guys go check it out. I love you. I'm loving myself. Love yourself back. You guys have an amazing, amazing week.